From San Francisco to New York City to Washington, the influence of Chinatowns and Chinese culture can be felt in many U.S. cities.
I feel like a lot of influence. I mean, look around. You know, we're in Chinatown.
I'm assuming everybody likes Chinese food, so, right? And the Lunar Festival, Chinese New Year, so I'm assuming cultural-wise, it is a very good influence.
While many Americans feel Chinese culture is a positive thing, when it comes to China's influence on the U.S. economy, the Pew Research Center found that nearly 3/4 of Americans have a negative perception. The survey asked people in 35 different countries, including the U.S., a variety of questions related to China, says Pew's Laura Silver.
But where Americans really stand out is that they see most of the impact from China to be negative. In fact, more Americans say that China's economic impact is negative than any of the other countries that we surveyed.
Not only is China one of the top importers of products into the U.S., e-commerce companies linked to China, such as Shein and Temu, have also taken root here. Rain Brody is a Temu shopper.
I guess the sense of prices is really, affordable.
While tempted by the low prices, Kendall Funasaki has not shopped at one of these e-commerce sites.
Websites like Temu, Chinese websites like that, maybe have a little bit of a negative effect on consumer behavior, just because it's encouraging people to buy a lot more and then get rid of the quality on those items isn't that great, so it's just like a lot of consumption and then discarding of items, which I think is very wasteful.
In addition to some negative perceptions of Chinese-linked e-commerce companies, the U.S. government has also warned against the social media app TikTok, whose parent company is Beijing-based ByteDance, says Christopher Tang, a business professor with the University of California, Los Angeles.
So I think that the U.S. government is concerned about whether TikTok can be used as a vehicle to spread potential fake news and also biased views about different candidates during the election years.
But I feel like TikTok can be used as a way of personal expression, you know. Everyone has their own opinions and thoughts. I feel like it can work either way.
The Pew Research Center also found differences in people's views about China's influence based on age.
Typically, older people are slightly more likely to say that China has a large impact and that impact is negative. That's true in the United States, for example.
For the younger generations, they like TikTok, they like Chinese products, they like Shein. They are less concerned about the situation with China. So they view China is a relatively more positive. But the older generations, they still thinking about the war, they think about the global security issues. They are more concerned about China. So I think that the results were not that surprising.
Pew's findings are based on public perception and are not indicative of how much influence China actually has over domestic economies. But it could be a useful tool, says Silver.
Public perceptions likely do play a role in how politicians think about things, and so we think that giving voice to the public is an important service.
A service the presidential candidates may use to win votes. Michael Baturn, VOA News, Washington.